of the main questions that I had was that whether or not, after pushing this narrative for 2 years, that Russia has somehow tickled the tail feather of democracy by usurping the election using Facebook and Twitter ads in a bid to help Donald Trump. This kind of bizarre conspiracy theory. My biggest question was, when this conspiracy theory unravels, will they go back and say they were wrong? My assumption was that it would be no. My secondary question was, if they don't say that they're wrong, how are they going to go with dealing with the fact that they've been in this hysteria for the last 2 years about something that ultimately ended up not being true? I mean, we've been told, wait for Mueller, we must protect Mueller, throw your body on Mueller. Cenk Uygur comes out saying, if Donald Trump tries to get rid of Mueller, throw your body in the streets. Throw your body in the streets. Well, Mueller has finished his investigation. And Mueller has essentially said no new indictments, meaning there is no collusion with Trump and Russia. Just like I have been saying, just like Aaron Matei has been saying, just like Jimmy Dore has been saying, just like a lot of us have been saying. MSNBC is not handling this well. Apparently, there's a video of Richmond out crying that I am, jumping at the overflowing inside to get to. But in this very specific case, this is going to be one Malcolm Nance. That's the gentleman behind me. Now, I've joked, inappropriately so, that Malcolm Nance looks like he owes somebody child support. I shouldn't say that because that's slightly racist, even though it is somewhat funny. There are other defects that I can point to going with Nance that I don't necessarily have to go there. Case in point is what I'm about to show you. Nance supposedly has some kind of counterterrorism background, but he is utterly and entirely hysterical and unhinged in this next video. And he is completely incapable of dealing with what Mueller has come up with, meaning nothing. Like the fact that there are no new charges. He is having a hard time dealing with that, and he is losing it on Joy Ann Reid's show. Listen to what he's saying here. Essentially, he doesn't want to let facts get in the way of him getting to justice, whatever the hell that means.
Defend democracy, right? What is the Army motto? This we'll defend. They should be saying right now, I don't care what's in that report, we're going to go to town and we're going to find out what the facts are.
For the entire time, for 2 years, people like him have been going on shows like this saying, let Mueller do his job, let Mueller do his job, let Mueller do his job. We can't do anything. Mueller, he's a square-jawed guy. We can trust him. He's our guy. And Mueller submits his report. No new indictments. And the people who now have been telling you for those last 2 years, let him do his job, let him do his job, let him do his job, are now saying, I don't care what's in that report. I don't give a shit what's in that report. We're going to go to town. We're going to defend democracy. You've said that this process that's taken place with Mueller was the democratic process. That was the democratic order. That was an aspect of the system interrogating the President of the United States to ensure that the President of the United States was not a foreign agent. Democracy was defended. Now, I would say it was a witch hunt. I would say that this was a war of attrition where you wanted to put a knife wound in him and just bleed the guy for 2 years. The problem with this is he is going to now turn this around and use this as a club and beat you over the head with it, going with this idea of, I was right, it was a witch hunt, and he's already started with 50% of the public agreeing with him. And he's going to point to what Mueller came out with in that report, that you guys have testified that Mueller was the greatest person on the planet, and he's going to say, I told you it was a witch hunt. I had nothing, there was no collusion, I had nothing to do with it. Donald Trump. Let's take a look at this again. I love this. He is losing his shit. And I'm blown away by the phrase, I don't care what's in that report. What do you mean you don't care what's in that report? How can you just so cavalierly throw the report overboard when it doesn't say what you want it to say? I love that. I wanted it to indict the president, and they're not doing that, so now I'm mad at Robert Mueller. Hey, maybe Robert Mueller is a Russian plant too. Did you ever think of that?
Defend democracy, right? What is the Army motto? This we'll defend. They should be saying right now, I don't care what's in that report. We're going to go to town and we're going to find out what the facts are.
We're going to go to town. We're going to find out what the facts are. Crazy me for thinking that that's what Robert Mueller was doing. I thought that's what they brought him there to do. So yeah, MSNBC is not handling this all that well. Malcolm Nance is entirely and utterly unhinged here. They are having trouble. They are having trouble. They are having difficulties. Alright, I'm not going to keep this long. I just thought this was entirely funny as all hell. Shout out for Aaron Matei for actually flagging this video. He's trolling them to some degree. Like, he's like waiting in the wings and looking at the content that they're putting out and like posting the content. It's like he's taking a victory lap on their misery. It's like all of their tears and failure for the last 2 years, all of this nonsense that they've pushed, purely out of political expedience, this Trojan horse to try to attack the left while simultaneously trying to hit the president at the same time, blew up in their face. We need to see what's in the report, so fair enough, but clearly nobody else is being indicted. So I'll leave it here. Jay Scott. At the end of the day, MSNBC won't care about Aaron Matei tweets. That's true. That's true, Jay. They won't care. But I care. And the shit is hilarious to me. And to be fair, I don't even know if that's entirely true. Like, there is cross-pollination. Like, it's not one of those things where it's completely separate and distinct. But I feel you. It's like at the end of the day, they don't necessarily care if Aaron Matei is mean tweeting them. Nevertheless, yeah, it's somewhat of a chest-thumping victory tour. And yeah, it is kind of funny to see these guys lose it and flip out when all of their best laid plans, them riding this horse, essentially falls off the end of a cliff. I'll leave it here. I told you there was no collusion. There was no collusion. Thanks all.